Okay, so I've been watching this YouTube channel, Apologia Radio, and they're pretty good. So far, I'm not the most educated Christian. In fact, I go to these channels to get more educated about Christianity. But this is what drives me nuts about when they talk politically, and they'll hit the mark. They're about to get there, right? They're about to hit the nail on the head, and they just squander it, like just freaking go sideways. They were right about this. They're talking about this Derek Chauvin case about mob rule, and they're right. You don't want mob rule about part of a trial. Nobody should, and it should be careful. You reap what you sow. Okay, be careful what you wish for, because it come back and bite you in the ass. Okay, and they talk about how Nancy Pelosi, how freaking wicked she was, and God, she was. You guys gotta listen to her what she says if trying to find her videos or watch this. At the beginning, they're hitting the right points, and then they just squander it. So, listen to this.
Worry about injustice being perpetrated, and that gets me to the next point, because I see a lot of our friends in the feed here. Yeah. You're bringing up the question of fentanyl, he overdosed, and all of that. Look, again, we're not going into the trial thing today to examine the second degree, third degree. We're not doing that right now. We're actually trying to examine this in hopefully a helpful biblical way to say, how would we prevent this in a Christian society in the future?
I agree.
I keep seeing...
Good.
And it troubles me. I'll be totally transparent. It troubles me.
She was doing good.
When somebody sees what happened to George Floyd and they say, but he had fentanyl in his system, or he had negligible amounts of meth in his system.
A lot of times people also point out the pointing a gun at a pregnant woman's belly.
And
that he had done that
thing.
Previously.
Yeah, and by the way, you don't want that either. Don't do it.
Okay. This is what's stupid about this is, okay, when people bring these up, these two things, the overdose and the fentanyl and the knife to a pregnant woman, I don't think it was a gun, I believe it was a knife, okay? There's a reason why they bring it up. They don't bring it up because of saying, oh, how unrighteous he was. That's not why they bring it up. That's not why the right, and I put quotation mark, because really, honestly, if you're not far left, everybody else is the right or all right almost these days. No, they brought up the drugs because of the cause of death. Okay, that's the main purpose of why people keep saying bring up the drug overdose, because there was the cause of death. That in the trial, they're trying to figure out what was 4 times the fentanyl death, so that kind of helps, if Derek Chauvin caused the death or not. That's why they bring it up. Not a sense of righteousness or not. And as for the pregnant women that he put a knife to, we don't know if this is entirely true. I mean, this is in the court. But anyways, the point is, the left, what they do is they have put George Floyd up to Jesus now. That's what they have done. And that's when people say on the right, and again, quotation marks on the right, they say, well, he did this. He put a knife to a woman's pregnant belly. Okay? They mention it because the left is putting up to Jesus. That's why. That's why they mention this. It had nothing to do with, we're just saying we're righteous and he's not. No, it has nothing to do with that. They're not getting that right. I do not know why these guys are weird. Like they hit on the right stuff at the beginning, and then they just like, okay, geez. They mentioned Sean McCraney. Sean McCraney, I used to listen to him. That's how I got out of Mormonism and Christianity. But at the same time, Sean McCraney's going nuts. And then what these guys do, when they talk about Sean McCraney, they mention his drug problem. And I said, no, you shouldn't mention his drug problem. That's what was his name? Jason? I can't remember. The guy who confronted Sean McCraney as a heresy, whatever. And I said, okay, you shouldn't just because he wanted to hyphenate his freaking drug problem, like a right sense of righteousness. And here these guys are. That just freaking drives me crazy, guys. Anyways, I just want to mention that to you guys. Whoever wants to search the channel, and not a great channel, anything, but anyways, there's some stuff for you.